guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a chit chat kind of video. So I've been planning on making this video for a really long time and I just never got around to it, and today I thought it would be a perfect day to just sit down because it's like kind of gross out, the sun is going down. But anyway, so if you're not subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe down below. I am getting back into making vlogs, and it is the holiday season, so I go absolutely crazy around the holidays, and I'm gonna be making a ton more like holiday videos and vlog type videos. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so first off, I went vegan, like officially vegan, about like a year and a half ago, and it went pretty good. I had no temptations or no cravings for any kind of real meat or real dairy or anything like that, and it went really good. Like, I saw a ton of improvements in my body and just mentally and physically, and so I was really kind of upset once I fell off the wagon. Yeah, so I went vegan around the springtime of last year, and it went pretty well up until like the end of summer, and I was just feeling amazing about my body. I had lost a ton of weight. Like, I wasn't even doing it for, well, I was doing it for the health benefits because I started watching a whole bunch of YouTube and like vegan YouTubers, and I was just doing it mainly for like the losing weight. Like, I wanted a diet to go on, and so that's where it all stemmed from. It lasted me a really long time, like the end of the summertime, the beginning of fall time, and that's where it kind of slowly just started like getting harder, and I started dating somebody, and it got serious, and he wasn't a vegan, so nobody in my family was vegan, and I was doing it strictly for diet purposes. I wasn't really taking into consideration the ethical reasons or anything. I had watched documentaries, but it wasn't really like relatable, I guess. I don't know. So I kind of slowly started transitioning myself back into eating meat and dairy, and then I just went back to eating those things, and I don't know why, because I felt so good about myself, like mentally and physically. I was in the best shape of my life. I could run 2 miles. I could, exercise for an hour. I was very active, like for me personally, because I was never that active before. And I was just eating such a clean diet. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons why I kind of fell off of the wagon a little bit, because I was kind of like calorie restricting myself and not eating until I was satiated and full and satisfied. I was kind of just eating mainly whole plant-based foods, which is great. Like, that's what I kind of start doing, like I'm doing now, but I didn't allow myself to have any like vegan junk food, and I kind of started missing the stuff that I used to have, because it's hard when you go from growing up all your life eating meat, eating cheese, eating dairy. You kind of associate yourself, like, when you go out with family, friends, food is always involved. So food is just like a very big part of your life, and when people are eating a certain type of way, that's what you associate happiness with. So anyways, I fell off the wagon, and then fall came around, winter came around, and then spring came around, and then in April this year, I moved to Maryland, and I was not in the best shape of my life. I had gained back the weight that I had lost, and then some, and I was just not feeling good about myself at all. And all I can remember, like, is just the way I felt when I was vegan, but I wasn't really at this point thinking about going back to veganism or a plant-based diet at that, because I was eating a plant-based diet, but then I went back to eating meat. So at this point, when I moved, I really wasn't thinking about going back to plant-based. I just knew I had to get on a diet. So, anyway, this is what brought me back to being a vegan. So I was driving to work, I think to work, or on the way home from work, and I was stopped at a light, and I was listening to music in the car, and I look over, and my heart just like sank. Right next to me was this big, gigantic truck filled with a minimum of like 200 pigs to 250 pigs. I kid you not. And I had never seen something like this. Like, I had seen the chicken trucks because in where I live, there's like Tyson and Purdue. So I had seen the chicken trucks before, and yeah, that was sad and everything, and I don't know like why this specific thing just really hit home to me, but my heart sank and I felt so bad. I started crying in the car, and it was the most heartbreaking thing I have ever seen. They had sores, open sores all over them. They were crying. They looked dirty. They were trampling each other, and it was just a really emotional thing to witness. And I was just like heartbroken, like in tears, and I'm looking around and nobody else on the road seemed to care. Like, it was just like a regular thing. Like, people were used to seeing that, and I wasn't. So that's really what sunk in and got me thinking, I can't live like this anymore. Like, I can't think of myself as a reasonable person knowing and witnessing what I saw. So from that point, I became an overnight vegan. I went completely vegan. I don't use anything that's not vegan anymore. Even makeup. Since I moved here, I rarely wear makeup anyway, but I don't use any cruelty makeup. And I just eat a plant-based diet. And so now, a couple things that I do differently now is I do try to eat a like 85% whole food plant-based diet. I do every day. I start myself off with a smoothie or oatmeal or something like that, because I want to treat my body right, and so I do try to eat healthy. But also what I'm doing now is I try to incorporate some things that I loved before but veganized. Like, I'll eat vegan ice cream, or I love the Gardein like mock meats. So I love that. Gardein is the best brand that I have eaten since I moved here. And where I live, there's no like Whole Foods or any like specialty health food stores like that. So I have like Acme. I do have a Trader Joe's, but it's like an hour away, so it's not even worth it. So I have to rely on like Walmart and Acme, for food. So it is a little bit more challenging to eat kind of like junk vegan food, because I know at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's they have like vegan pizza and like specialty items like that. But honestly, I just allow myself to eat. If I want to eat shit for one day, like, I will. Like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deprive myself of the food I once used to love, but now I find a vegan option for it, because I think the main reason why I stopped being vegan in the first place is because I just missed like the food that I ate before. And I know you're gonna say like, well, Marissa, you know, if you were doing it for the right reasons in the first place, then you wouldn't have cared, because like, you know, you're giving up veganism like for your own selfish reasons. It's just food. And I know, and now I am definitely vegan for the ethical reasons. I can't look at meat without getting disgusted. But I think it just took me up until this point to really realize the reasons why people go vegan. A lot of people go vegan now because it's like a hype thing, like it's just like a trend. And I mean, I'm all about people going vegan for whatever reason you have, but really look at some of these documents. And I did a ton of research. I watched so many Netflix documentaries and YouTube documentaries, and you know, listen to vegan doctors and everything. Like, I truly believe in this lifestyle, and I really wish that like a lot more people would get on board with this. But if you're doing it for health reasons, like, I completely understand, because I was once there too. And you know, not everybody has some like traumatic experience like something that I saw. You know, so just definitely research it before you go vegan. And just remember that you don't have to be like some of these vegan YouTubers that you see on YouTube, where they're like so healthy, they have like these great beach bodies, and they just only strictly eat plant-based whole foods. Like, you can have, you know, vegan Ben and Jerry's, or you can have, you know, vegan chocolate chip cookies. You can have all those things and still be healthy, because anyway, anything that doesn't have an animal carcass, or, you know, eggs or dairy or anything like that, is going to be essentially healthier for you. But just don't deprive yourself of the things that you really love, because otherwise you're going to be unhappy and you're just going to go back to eating meat and dairy and stuff. So that is my vegan story. I know it was really long and really dragged out, but I just wanted to show you that yes, I was vegan, then I stopped, and because I was doing it for the wrong reasons, and I was calorie restricting myself, and I wanted to look a certain way, and I wasn't really doing it for the right reasons. But now I am just like, so like, my mind is just like, I see things so much differently, and I just wanted to share my vegan story with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you subscribe down below, and let me know your vegan story, if you have a vegan story, or if you have questions about being vegan, or what it's like, or what I eat. Leave them down below, and I'll try to make new videos for you. All right, bye guys.